We are fully through, or almost fully through, I should say, our winners semifinal. And then we've also got, now we are in that winners final. We will be joining once again EricICX and Hufflepuffus. Boy, there's a lot of things in that name and a lot of consonants that I miss completely. But either way, it doesn't matter because the drama continues to unfold right here. And gents, I'll just pop in and out as necessary, but I'm going to hand it over to you for this epic showdown.
Here we go.
Right.
So, Huff up by 1 game in the match.
Yeah, game number 2. Now, it's actually, I mentioned earlier how Huff had, set 18 world records, but the majority of them had been broken, right?
Right.
Well,
Yes.
the record that Huff still has is Huff has gotten the most lines on a 29 start at 976 lines, which that's more lines than Eric has from a 29 start. So that could potentially be a factor leading into game number 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, both players having the potential to potentially play forever is kind of scary, and this is the clash of immortal Tetris players, and the only way to figure out who's going to be able to pull it off is to set the stage for it, and here we are.
The stage is being set, and it's quite a long one if you ask me.
Yeah, and I don't know how long we could go on the Xbox Tetris channel, or the Xbox Twitch channel, because when we were given a time limit for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, they said we could stay till midnight. I'm not sure if we could do that here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But of course, it's all reliant on, how these players are able to play.
Yeah.
And
Who falls first, like you said?
yeah, right now we're only separated by 2 singles.
Yeah,
in
we're
terms
neck and
of
neck.
score.
Totally neck and neck all day today. From Forza to Tetris, we are neck and neck.
Nice adjustment over there from Huff. Having to take a couple of burns, but allowed for a clean stack and a conversion of a Tetris there.
So EricICX says, just playing Talk Dirty to Me on hard to learn orange fretting on Guitar Hero earlier.
Bummer.
So does that mean he's going to make a lot of dirty Tetrises?
I mean, it's possible, and definitely a player that is capable of doing that. But so far, both the players are clean, and a couple burns having to be taken by. Looks like we're running into a drought here.
Yeah, Huff moving the well over to the left side.
There it is. Boom, Tetris for Eric. And pieces came for Huff. Was unable to make the adjustment in enough time. And
Gets it open.
still able to, yeah.
Go up Tetris for Huff. Will Huff keep left well?
Not too often we see kind of mirror builds where one player is building left well and the other is building right well. But it's kind of satisfying in some weird kind of way.
Yeah, the 6th dimension left well.
Oh, I think Eric heard you because Eric is setting up for a dirty Tetris, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Eric.
And might go for another.
Whoa.
Okay, it looks like Eric definitely wants to talk dirty. Will the long bar come, though?
Yeah, that was
Come on,
a
kid.
very, very aggressive move.
Oh,
Oh, no.
oh no! Oh no! Talk dirty ended up being the undoing there, and Eric's gonna early top out. Huff taking the 2nd round. What is going on?
I mean, that was, a last-second decision by Eric to actually go for that. And, we're already going to get started right here with game number 3. But, that was the last-second decision. And, sometimes those decisions, we make them with the expectations like, oh, surely I'm going to get the long bar and X amount of pieces. And unfortunately, Eric ran into the Great Depression of long bars.
Game said no, no, you can't talk dirty to Tetris, not now. No long bar for you, and yeah, that resulted in an early top out. Very unfortunate. So now Eric now in danger of being moved to lower bracket. Definitely wants to win this round to stay in the match.
Yeah, and the way that the lower bracket's shaping up, we could potentially have a rematch between Eric and a certain runner-up. If Eric is not able to turn things around.
Yeah, and given the momentum going here, it's kind of crazy how things are going right now. I mean, Huff is in position to double sweep.
Yeah, if Huff is able to win this game, then we are talking about Huff is guaranteed second place, but right now something that's not guaranteed is if Huff is able to survive this. A little bit of a tricky situation, holding out for this eyepiece. It's taking its time.
Ooh, nice adjustment.
And there it is. Eyepiece comes flying in from vacation, and boom, Tetris for Huff.
Yeah, already just the drama unfolding in this matchup. I couldn't have seen that coming at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Honda Cup. Everything's unpredictable. I mean,
I know, right? Yeah. No, the Honda Cup, fantastic. That's very highlight-worthy multiple times over. I really hope we get to do more of these. Honda Cup is just amazing. Anyone who's enjoying the Tetris, you know, owes it to themselves to check out the VODs and check out the prior weeks. If you love what you're seeing here now, check out Classic Tetris for more Classic Tetris action as well. There's so much of it out there, more Tetris than you can handle, but so much to enjoy.
Yeah. As of right now, Eric has somehow found some efficiency somewhere. It looks like Huff is unable to really score Tetrises. Now Eric is up by 2 Tetrises.
Yeah, taking the conservative route on a couple of triples there, but as trying to get back to a textbook board.
Yeah, and if you actually look at this match, you know, I wonder what kind of mental both of these players are going up against. They both know, you know, their capabilities here on, you know, level 18, level 19, and by extension level 29. And Huff is in a position where he just needs to win one game. So the question is Huff going to play, you know, more conservative, try and, you know, rely on his ability to play 29 at virtually the same level Eric can? Or is Huff going to try and stomp things out and try and gain a lead going into 29 and just put even more pressure on Eric? Because Eric is in a must-win situation.
Yeah. I mean, other than the momentum right now, these players are so evenly matched. But yet Huff has kind of like the position now to test limits and to see whether or not it should be pushed hard or, you know, get to 29 where it can be played out again.
And right now, RNG does not like being tested. Huff is able to knock down a Tetris there. Eric gonna try and actually open up and just in time to knock down a Tetris as well. 363 to now 349. So 14,000 points separate them just about, so within one Tetris range.
Yeah, it is virtually neck and neck here as we approach 100 lines. Both building up high, playing aggressive. Huff having to compromise on some burns.
It was a very nice compromise, though. I do like the way that it was kind of put together. The idea behind it was very profound. Unfortunately, the pieces didn't quite agree with Huff there.
Yeah, and that's going to cause more lines to be built on top of that hole, and let's see how Huff chooses to burn them off. Looks like Huff might end up with a middle well after that.
Huff going for a T-spin setup. Probably going to go for the S-spin. Yeah, has to execute that. We are closing in on level 19 speeds. And if there's a game for Eric to kind of push this momentum in his direction, this is it. 100,000 point lead. Everything seems to be going right for Eric. But we're only like halfway through the game, or maybe a fourth through, depending on how these players feel, if you get my drift.
Yeah, that burn sequence from Huff there, I mean, it wasn't a bad dig, but there's so many burns involved that it's just allowed Eric to take control of this round.
Yeah, Eric with a misdrop on the left side, and same with Huff. Both of them misdropping with the Z and S respectively.
Yeah, that was crazy how that happened almost at the same moment. It's almost like they're connected.
I mean, this is Tetris Effect connected, and they're both going to get a Tetris. So, there you go. Tetris Effect connected.
It's like the song says, it's all connected.
Yeah, but right now, it's like Huff is in an ideal position, try and close the gap, really able to capitalize on some lost efficiency from Eric there, close the gap to now just under 100K. And they're not quite getting ideal pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, both players just having to deal with some burns. Still trying to push hard though. Dealing with it the best way they can. Okay, Huff finally out now, clean and scoring. Boom, Tetris for Huff.
And there it is, boom, Tetris for Eric.
So yeah, Eric in the best shape.
And oh, the adjustment over there from Huff. Such a risky adjustment to do at that height.
Another last frame adjustment there by Huff. Wow.
I mean, we talk about adjustments being done all the time on 18, but on 19, especially at that height, you know, the reaction is like, all right, I need to adjust this now for no burns. That is actually insane.
It is a CTC too, so it's even crazier.
And there it is, boom, Tetris for Huff, down by 41,000. Has done a fantastic job of closing the gap between him and Eric.
Absolutely, yeah, especially on these higher levels, Tetrises are worth a little more, so that's a little less effort to do it. That's what you need to do to catch up, is push the aggression here, post 19.
Like what Huff's doing with that delayed burn.
Wow, look at that.
Beautifully done.
Yeah. This is Tetris. This is the art of playing Tetris.
There's just something about when two players are able to really lock into the zone and start, you know, building meticulously, having very high accuracy placement. And
Huff going left well. Yeah, Huff going left well. Boom, Tetris for Huff.
And there it is. Boom, maxed out for Eric here.
Huff right behind. Keeping the left well? Possibly?
Might want to try and find a way to transfer out of it.
Yeah, 28 is probably going to burn it down.
Yep. Would generate a center well here. Eric with 100,000 point lead, and there it is. Up at 991 into 29, and Eric at 1,069,000 going into 29 as well.
We are off into the races at kill screen speed here. Who will survive the onslaught of the falling block game? Let's
go. First game, Huff was able to outlast Eric, getting the level 40 in order to complete a chase down for double 1.2. So is there some adjustment that Eric might be making mentally? Like, all right, I need to, you know, keep this up, force Huff to make a mistake and then capitalize.
Yeah, the deficit has a potential of shrinking just by virtue of the line clear scores being higher. So we'll have to monitor that as this match progresses.
Speaking about something progressing, there is a Tetris well set up, but just gonna have to take a triple. That's gonna clear out 10,000 though.
Yeah. Huff is hungry. Okay. Wow. They are going. They are surviving. Let's see if any of them dares to tread where only Tetris Angels dare to fly.
So far, Huff having to do a little bit of burning, going for, you know, flat burns. And this is dangerous for Huff. LRJ is needed. Now needs to get a piece over to the right.
Yeah, the right side. That's trouble. And that's going to lead to a top out. Eric takes a round. and stays in the match. We are 2-1.
What a game. 1.1 million over there for Eric and 1.08 for Huff. And Eric just, trying to do a little bit of flexing here. Able to get that piece over all the way to the left.
Wow.
And if there's a way to kind of capture momentum and try and turn it in your way, that was a game to do it.
Yeah, and you know that there's going to be people, the EricICX fans out there cheering for that reverse sweep, and it's all about momentum. So will Huff be able to take that third game in the series, or will Eric be getting all the momentum for that reverse sweep?
And oh wow, 3 Z's in a row right there.
I just heard back from HQ that was the first game Huff has lost all tournament.
Yeah, that is, ridiculous. And, oh my gosh, Huff actually going for that. The ability to roll allows you to go for things like that. But if that J piece would have hung, we would have been looking at a decider right now.
Yeah, that's scary to think about. But yeah, this game, we look at their piece placements and, we're impressed at what they can do, but the risk involved in all of these amazing maneuvers is if you mess up, it's over.
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about just last game alone, the post transition, it was so poetic seeing how they were stacking Huff, eventually transitioning to the left well, just seeing how clean it was, their placements. It's, it's that kind of beautiful Tetris that you see here at the world level, at the world class level.
Yeah. No, Honda Cup has been a gift for this. I mean, usually don't get to see that play out the way it does, but when you give people the platform to compete with each other and you put up the $10,000 prize pool, you're going to see the best players in the world come out, and they are putting on a showcase for us here.
Yeah, and all things considered, that entire game, Huff was trailing by almost 100,000 points. I believe over 100,000 points at transition, and brought it down to at one point being, 60,000. If the long bar would have came, we'd have been looking at a much closer game. But, RNG doesn't forgive long bars in this economy. At least not when you need them.
Yeah. But with that knowledge in hand, let's see if Huff makes adjustments. Will it change Huff's strategy? Maybe the plan would be this time not to even entertain the thought of a Tetris post 29 and just line it out. But, when you see it form, sometimes you're tempted.
Yeah, it's really an intricate level of balance that you have to play on 29, especially when you talk about, being down by 1 or 2 Tetrises. Your opponent, Eric, is very comfortable on the speed. We've definitely seen that. And one of the ways you can disrupt someone's comfort is whenever you knock down a Tetris, now their lead is cut in half. Like, they're gonna be like, oh no, I might have to start, scoring before I lose the lead. You disrupt their rhythm.
And what we saw at the end of that epic game at CTWC that seemed to last forever, the Tetrises started to become worth almost 100,000 points. So it's almost like the players started to play a game of chicken back and forth to see who could make that Tetris to shift the tide that big. Will we see that happen here today?
I mean, I want to see it.
We're getting to that point where outcomes are decided just by, how much bravery they take in their boards and whether they can survive it.
And every part is vital to the outcome of the game. And right now, we're looking at only a 31,000 point lead for Eric, and Eric
playing way up high.
Playing with a little fire there. Fortunately, decides to take a couple of burns to not get burned and knocks down the Tetris.
Yeah, that's what you call flying close to the sun. Don't want to get burned.
411,000 for Eric, and Huff at 374.
Yeah, they've managed to keep this game just pretty much the same deficit the whole way.
not really too much, either player after, coming out of that high situation. Eric's board has been very stable, and Huff has been able to be, oh, nice adjustment right there for the O.
Yep.
And have something kind of developing here for Eric. There's a couple ways to solve this. Nice.
Double J. Yep.
But as a result of that, Huff has now closed the lead by 1 Tetris. So it's actually crazy, even though Eric had to do, a couple of burns, that one burn allowed Huff to essentially go back in contention with potentially taking the lead here before 20 or before 19 speed.
Okay, we're getting close to transition here. Eric at 553,000, so good transition score on the way. Could possibly hit 600 with the next Tetris.
Yeah, Huff might be able to do that. No, it's going to be just
right
slightly off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is, 600,000 almost exactly for Eric, and a 584 for Huff. So this is significantly more close in this game than it was in the last.
Yeah. No, this one's right. This one is getting to become neck and neck. The unifying theme for today here at the Honda Fan Cup.
There it is, boom, Tetris for Huff. Man, this is just, both players are playing so clean right now. Like any kind of warm-up jitters that we had from previous rounds or previous games, they just seemed like they just mystically vanished.
Yeah, they're good to go. And
oh, that adjustment by Huff.
I mean, no matter who wins this, it's going to be very interesting, because either that means Eric has the momentum back again, or that means Huff's going to go into the next match with all the momentum. So how will it play out?
I mean, you mentioned, earlier, an interesting stat line. Eric that was the first game that Huff has lost all tournament. And Eric having to, overcome that momentum and try and stop essentially the resurgence that Huff is trying to get here. It's not an easy task, especially the way that both of these players are playing, matching each other, essentially Tetris for Tetris.
Yeah, I mean, you see on one side, it's like, oh, well, Huff was going to sweep Eric, but no, Eric just took the first game from Huff during the whole tournament. So that, as you said, that's no small feat.
The broom is now in Eric's hands. Eric could perform a reverse sweep. However, the dustpan is still in Huff's hands. Just win this game and kind of, finish this away and go to the grand finals.
Yeah. There's... Okay. Eric with a slight misdrop there. Smartly burns the stack down to keep it super clean and safe. Not the most aggressive move.
That one misdrop actually allowed Huff to close the gap. Huff has been down by essentially 1 Tetris and a half almost the entire post-transition. And now Huff is taking the lead. Oh, but couldn't get the right piece to burn out that delay burn there.
Looking really jagged with that spire in the middle. Let's see how Huff fills this in.
All right, Tetris ready. Trailing yet again. Oh, tough pieces. All right, that's perfect. There it is. Boom, Tetris for Huff. 1,013,000. Eric already with 1,051,000.
Yeah, wow. Already, maxed out and getting primed for 29. Both players probably want to get their play fields in order. I mean, we know they can both roll and we know they can both survive, but you don't want to have a bad second transition.
Yeah, and speaking of second transition, Eric running into some complications. Huff with the 1.1 million, so is going to have the lead going into 29.
Wow.
So almost a complete opposite of what we saw in the last game. Oh my gosh. Eric is going to set up for a left blow Tetris.
For Tetris.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
29 Tetris.
And
back
guess
into
where
the
the lead
lead
went? Yep, back into the lead.
Wow, the absolute guts that Eric had to go for that.
Yeah. Like, not even having yet a moment to get acclimated to that speed and just bangs down a Tetris right out the gate.
Ooh, that's been over there for Huff. Able to hit it with one, basically frame perfect on TEC.
Yeah. Like, that has a lot of, Huff has a lot of faith in that monitor and that controller.
Yeah, but so far, Eric still holding on to that lead. That Tetris, like, changed the entire tide of how this post-29 battle is shaping up to be.
Yeah, that's insane guts, just getting into the lead like that. So now, here we are. Kill screen engaged.
Yeah. Right now, both players just trying to survive here. And
remember what I said, they're gonna push each other. Here we are, and they are pushing each other to new limits.
What double 1.2.
Yeah, what records are gonna smash? We're gonna smash some more records here. It looks like it's inevitable here at the Honda Fan Cup 2022.
Yeah, we are looking at potentially another record-breaking game. And this time we'll actually be able to see it here. Everyone's going to be able to witness.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Eric with a hole in the stack. Wants to deal with that as soon as possible.
All right, good pieces. Needs to find some way to get access to the hole, though. And more weight just keeps getting put on top of it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Finds a way down to the bottom.
All right, we are 3 levels away from the highest level reached in TC, which was previously by Huff at level 41.
On the verge of hitting 1.3 million. Eric's almost there.
Couple more lines needed for Eric, and there it is, 1.3 million.
And Huff almost there too.
Yeah, we are a couple lines away from level 41. Just
1.3 for Huff.
Oh, no,
Huff with the triple.
That's massive. Brings the lead right back down to only 6,000 points.
Our neck and neck on kill screen.
1,000 points are separating them. All right, but Huff having
insane.
There it is, that's official. The highest level reached in TEC, and it's gonna continue to go. Level 42. This is already the highest score we've seen. Huff is gonna take another triple into the lead.
Yeah, Huff with the clutch triples now, making the difference. Whoa, what a gutsy tuck. My goodness.
Huff. Another, oh my gosh, this is insane. Level 44.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is uncharted territory. We are going where the Tetris gods have not yet tread.
This is the first time we've seen anything like this in TEC. Level 45, 1.4, double 1.4 million. 100,000 points more than the previous world record.
How far will this go?
Oh, but that left side. Okay. Oh no, Eric. Eric's gonna have to do some burning, but Huff also 10,000 points separates them. Eric is in trouble. Huff is also in trouble.
That's gonna end. Huff with singles now. Clinging on to life.
He needs to come over left. Oh my goodness. No way.
3,000
points.
What? What? And guess where that leaves us? We have a decider.
Level 46, double 1.4. It was inevitability. We said a world record was gonna happen, and it just did. 5,000 points. Huff needed 3 more singles and could have taken that game. And now we are exactly in the situation which happened back in week 2 of qualifiers in a decider after an insane game 4.
Both players now with just reverse momentums, and my mind is blown. Like, where is this gonna go? I'm afraid that, when this is all over, the world's gonna explode. So fingers crossed. Let's hope that that doesn't happen, and that these players can play out the rest of the tournament just fine. But wow, what a record-breaking, smashing game just there. How will this all end?
Like, It was insane. Just like the thing was, almost no Tetrises were scored post 29, with the exception of that gutsy level Tetris from Eric. It was the triples. If Eric didn't take that triple at that one point in the game, Huff would have still had the lead at the time when both players topped out.
Every line clear at that point was a determining factor. That's how close that game was. And at that speed, it's not like they topped out immediately after hitting 29. That was prolonged 29 play.
I mean, that is ridiculous. Now, you know what? All the momentum from this match is now in Eric's hands. Eric just won 2 games, and especially 2 huge games at that, revolving some 29 play.
Yeah. No, it's nuts. Like, we were talking about the dustpans and, you know, the reverse sweep. Here we are, both players in position. No matter who loses, we're all gonna win from the outcome, yes, but wow, so much on the line here. And, you know, still in the winner's bracket, this is legit money on the line to keep that position in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, you win this, you give yourself a 50% chance to win $3,000. Which, I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm a player, I like those odds.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I mean, just the way that the records were broken, the double 1.3, you know, turned into a double 1.4, both players getting to like level 46 and level 45. And, oh, Eric actually with a misdrop.
Yeah, I mean, the day is long, and endurance, even with rolling, could be a factor.
Oh yeah, because now we're talking about mental endurance. Obviously, your physical endurance, you know, hope these players got enough rest for this tournament, but it's also your mental endurance, especially, you know, coming out of a game like that, trying to reset, you know, it's like, all right, back on level 18. Great adjustment, by the way, by Huff. We're back on level 18, and I need to focus on, you know, trying to resume my efficiency, because the past 2 games that Eric has won, Eric has been leading going into 29.
That's right. But yeah, just in order to reverse sweep, that was like the hardest game of all time to ever execute that on. Like, think about that for a second, right? In order to stay in this winner's bracket match, Eric had to basically break the current world record. Like, just like that. That's how crazy the level of skill is at the highest level of competitive Tetris.
Yeah, I mean, Eric did not only have to break the current world record, he had to break an active world record, because there were points where Huff had a higher score and was just accumulating points in the world record. Eric had to essentially steal the world record from Huff in order to win that game and stay alive in the match.
Real time, right? Yeah, and getting that Tetris going into the 29 speeds with all the guts that was required of it. This is going to be one of those matches that, you know, Game Scout's going to have to make a video and break down exactly how it played out. And, you know, it's going to be the tome for the future of our sport.
Man, that one small dig from Eric early on has allowed Huff to build a 97,000 point lead.
Yeah, so Huff now looking to steal back the momentum with a substantial point lead. Setting up compound tucks all over the place. Oh, missed the spin. And Huff looking to build column 8, bangs down to Tetris. And boom, Tetris for Eric. Another Tetris for Eric, reducing the deficit to 54,000 points.
Yes, and not sure if that was intentional by Huff. Could go for the S spin tug. Beautifully done. And that's another thing that, you know, we've mentioned earlier in the stream how difficult tucks and by extension spin tucks are able to hit. Huff was hitting spin tucks and tucks just non-stop. on the higher speeds, including on level 29.
Yeah. No, that's insane. I mean, I would think you'd go, you know, whatever flat burns you could do to avoid any possible timing disasters, but Huff was all in. That's a lot of faith in your controller and your monitor and your whatever hardware you're on to take that kind of risk.
A lot of faith in the inputs too, because you know TC with especially these players using an external NES controller, it eats up your inputs sometimes. Oh, nice adjustment for the Tetris over there for Huff, and double Tetris over there for Eric.
Yeah, this game is shaping up now. Both players scoring very well. 631K for Huff, 559 for Eric. Into the 19 speeds.
Yeah, nice burns by Huff. Doesn't have a way to burn until the rest of the stack gets built up. So there's a Tetris, and oh, beautiful J piece. You love to see it when RNG gives you the perfect piece for just a clean solve like that.
Of course, the better players make it seem like RNG, but they're trying to leave their playfield open to multiple solutions at all times.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Huff had the idea of even setting that up in the first place, because there's there's a nigh infinite possibility of where you can place pieces at any given time during any given board state, and it's up to you to be as accurate as possible and essentially expect the unexpected. Kind of like that misdrop was a bit unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if the next level of Tetris IQ is calculating your chance of a misdrop and then making decisions based on whether or not you can get out of it and recover.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that come into play when you start talking about, high-level Tetris. It's like, if I do this placement, if I misdrop, can I survive this reliably?
Yeah. Just an extra layer of thinking. And that's the sort of thing where you might be able to program a Tetris AI, but that's where the human element comes in. Is got to be able to judge things that a computer wouldn't be able to in terms of recovery.
Yeah, right now, 900,000. Make that 938 for Huff here on level 26. 892 for Eric on level 26 as well. Ooh. All right, great pieces over there for Huff. Both players holding out patiently, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Eric and Huff.
Yeah, both players just pedal to the metal. Max out for Huff, 1 million points. Eric not far behind.
At this point, there's a two Tetris differential, and we're closing in on 29.
So yeah, Huff with the momentum now.
Oh, long bar to Tennessee.
Ooh.
All right, nice.
Manages to clean it up before kill screen transition.
All right, set up for one last Tetris. All right, there it is. 1.14 in the 29. Eric with the 1.07 in the 29. This is it.
Yep. We're off to the death races. Only one player will survive this, unless they get sent to the lower bracket. Let's go.
This is the decider.
Eric's left side. Dangerous. Okay. Clears it down.
All right, nice.
The box clear.
All right, able to get that all the way over, but maybe undershot that eyepiece. And
the left side. Katie at the bar.
Oh my gosh, what? Excuse me, how? And Huff is gonna top out with 70,000 points remaining.
And Eric is in it still. We're so concerned about Eric. We didn't see what happened to Huff. Just like that.
Eric still has time. The chase down timer is on. And
oh my goodness.
Didn't want to set up for the Tetris.
Tempted by the Tetris there.
40,000 points to remain.
Plenty of time. Minute and a half. Setting up doubles.
Yeah. Knocking down those triples too. Starting to knock down like almost 10,000 points, with a triple. And might be setting up.
Center well. Double.
Okay, that's going to be another triple.
Okay, another couple of line clears here. Singles. 2,000 to go.
One more, and there it is.
That's it. EricICX.
Game number 5 in a reverse sweep.
The momentum just shifted. I cannot believe this. After the most epic game of all time in Tetris Effect connected classic score attack mode, EricICX completes the reverse sweep on Huff. I'm speechless.
What can you say?
Gang, I'm just going to come in and remind us all, and I think you said it earlier, Sharky, we got from Ops, that first time that Eric beat Huff was the first time that he had lost all tournament. And not just did Eric do that, but my gosh, the reverse sweep. Did we see this coming, Chris? Did we know that this could be where we were at? Because quite frankly, I've lost track of how many personal best, world records, and absolutely breaking the game moments we've had.
If you were to ask chat, they'd probably say that this is all scripted at this point. And and whoever figured out how to make time-assisted or runs on TEC deserves a pay raise, because that was almost as good as manufactured drama, except it was better.
Could we have written that? I don't think so. I mean, we could try, but I don't know if it would be something, Sharky, that we would... I don't know. I can't. Honestly, it's one of those things where even this last time we got so close to seeing Huff do another sweep, and then all of a sudden that momentum, he chased it down. He fanning the flames of drama.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, game 4, like, we expected a world record to be broken out of these two competitors, but game 4, you know, scoring those triples, you know, there was the scare of the, I mean, Eric getting a Tetris, a left flow Tetris on 29, already probably the most difficult thing you can do in the game, to take the lead and force Huff to have to play from behind until Huff knocked down a triple, and then for it to all come down to 2 singles at that level, and Huff was just unable to get it, leading into a game 5, and then that happened.